Hey, so you know Flash games? You know, pretty much most people's childhoods? They were awesome! I remember playing Flash games like literally every single day. They were free, they were fun, and there was like so many of them. And as I've grown, I've started to really appreciate the music that are in these games. Like, just listen to this one song from Robot Wants Puppy. Yup, it's a banger. At least to me. You better think it's a banger. I'm just kidding, you can have your own opinion. But anyway, at one point I was thinking to myself, man, there's so many Flash games out there that have great music that aren't being uploaded. I was eventually looking through ways that I can like potentially record my screen or something, or record music in any way to make this happen. And I did! It was actually a tool on my laptop that was built in, and it was super convenient. If you have a Windows laptop, then you could probably do it too. All you have to do is hold the Windows key and press G. It should bring up this big magical menu, and then you can do stuff from the top left. But anyway, I was super happy when I found this out. The first game that I tried this out on was Upgrade Complete, and it was a success. But then I had to learn to edit, which was really annoying. I had a little bit of experience with a couple other videos I did before, but it was pretty much just combining clips together. But for this kind of video, I had to put an image on the screen, I had to fade out the audio. I swear, only 3 of my brain cells knew how to do that. But yeah, I did it. I did it for every song that's in the game. After doing that, I was like, what other Flash games have great music that aren't uploaded to YouTube yet? And that's when Papa Louie popped in my mind. At the time, I was watching a lot of videos of Professor playing Papa Louie restaurant games, which were really funny by the way. But then, I was like, bro, there's like 100 Papa Louie games and nobody uploaded its music? Yoink! So for the next 4 months or so, I pretty much played every single Papa Louie game while also recording the music. And I gotta say, it was pretty fun. The games were fun, I was gaining subs, it felt like I actually had purpose in life. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And by the way, this is when quarantine was going on. And I was just an antisocial loser teen stuck in my bedroom, so this was a really good distraction. At that point, people were requesting me to do other games that they knew. And I was like, hell yeah! New music? New games? I get to do favors for people and possibly get popular? Hell yeah, brother! And that was my exact mindset for the next 2 years. And then it got worse. And more worse. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened when taking that role. Let me just break it down for you guys. Okay, so first off, there's copyright law, or what I like to call the completely overpowered skill. Now, I'm not gonna lie, copyright law is a very important thing to have if you have your content stolen. Like, if someone stole your video and was making money off of it by saying it was theirs, then you have the power to destroy that person. Now, I don't know what the entire copyright law states because I'm scared to read it, but it's really good protection for people that make their own stuff. However, there is a lot of mean people that abuse this power out there. Now, if you love video game music like I do, especially Nintendo music, you might know channels like Gilvasunner and Brawl Burst MS3X. Those channels uploaded a crap ton of Nintendo music. Now, these channels were not owned by Nintendo, but the thing is, they weren't being monetized. They weren't making any money off of it. They were just doing it out of the goodness of their hearts to spread music love because Nintendo wouldn't do it themselves. But Nintendo didn't like it, so they terminated the channels. Now, I get it. They have the right to do it. You know, they have the right. But why would they use it like that? The only reason why their music is on YouTube is because people enjoy listening to it when they're not playing the game. Can Nintendo, like, not be happy about that? They're just straight up jerks. I hate them forever for that. But anyway, back to my situation. Now, as you can probably assume, I don't own any of the music that I uploaded. I put all the credits that I can find in the descriptions, and I also make it clear everywhere that I don't own anything. Now, I've uploaded more than 2,000 videos to my channel, and that's probably about 1,000 different games, which means that there's thousands of different owners. Now, if anybody really wanted to, they could take down the video with their game's music, and probably put a strike on my channel. Because of mean companies like Nintendo, I constantly got worried about this. I mean, my channel was never monetized either, and I gave all the credits that I could, but that doesn't make me invincible. Like, at all. YouTube has a thing where if it detects copyrighted audio, it'll tell you after you upload the video. And it's actually really helpful. Like if the game itself doesn't tell me enough credit information, or if people just want to know the song's quote-unquote real title. I always put the real song name in brackets in the video title if I could. And if I have a link to it, then I put it in the description. Shoutouts to Newgrounds.com, by the way. They almost always have the game's songs fully available in the bottom left. But yeah, if I don't have enough information, then I feel bad and scared. I'm just a random guy that's uploading other people's content on the internet. Now that I think about it, that's probably 20% of YouTube anyway, but I'm just kidding. Don't hurt me, please. But yeah, copyright law. Scary and overpowered. Now let's talk about something that I actually struggled with. And that is actually recording the game's music. So as I said before, I really suck at editing. I tend to use technology in a very scuffed and unprofessional way. You can probably tell that by the way I'm editing this video. So you might assume how it was for me at the very start of the journey. So yes, I did use the Xbox Game Bar to record. But let me just point one thing out. After the first 2 months, I decided to make every video be extensions instead of short videos. An extension of a song is basically having the song loop for over 10 minutes. So to do this, I would press record, and then let my computer sit for 10 minutes. So as a typical internet degenerate, this was a really hard thing for me to do. I don't love my phone nearly as much as I love my laptop. Now on the other hand, it did make me more productive in real life, but it was an unbearable way to get the job done. Oh, but it gets worse. So in every Flash game, you know how there are sound effects that play with the music? Sometimes you just can't turn that off. So all you're left with is a combination of music and sound effects. So unless you can find a spot in the game where no sound effects play for a certain song, you're basically doomed. Luckily, I did find one way to deal with this. So if you have a Flash game that's open in its own window, you can hold right click on the top bar and basically everything will freeze except for the music. So you know what I did? I held my fingers on right click for over 10 minutes. And I did this for a lot of games. It was the only way I could do it, or so I thought. After 2 years, I finally found this magical program called JPEX Flash Decompiler. With this baby, I could actually extract the music files from the games. This was so helpful to me. All I had to do was take a sound file and bam, straight into the editor. But 25% of the time, the program was not an option. It's kind of complicated to explain, but basically the sound files were not available. So that meant I had to go back to the old method sometimes. Oh, but in some occasions, even that method wouldn't fully work. If someone requests a game that ends up being in HTML5 format, I will have no choice but to play it in a browser tab. Now keep in mind, the tab freeze glitch does not work with browsers. So if there's no option to mute the sound effects, the best thing you can do is record the game until you have enough pieces of music where there's no sound effects. And then you can carefully put them together in editing afterwards. Now of course this makes the music sound way less seamless and gives me a lot of work for me to do, but it worked. Unless a game song is like over 2 minutes and every piece I get is like 2 seconds. That's an oof moment right there. I usually have to give up on those. Whew. Sorry, that was a lot of tech talk, wasn't it? Now let's talk about— Whoa. Hi, future me here. So, as I was recording this next section, it ended up being a lot longer than I thought. It turns out that I had a lot of tea to spill about people. So I'm gonna split this video into 2 parts. I have to go back to school soon right now, so I really didn't want to rush this entire video. But if you want to see part 2, make sure to smash that like button and the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. No, I'm just kidding. You can do what you want. Bye-bye.